I am so sure that a lot of you guys heard about this one very popular cartoon show called The Loud House. This cartoon is about this guy whose name is Lincoln, who lives in a huge family and has 10 sisters. I think it's very pointless for me to tell you guys all the names of the sisters because there's just so many of them and I'm just not doing it, guys. It's summer, please give me a break. But regardless, it's a very wholesome cartoon that follows the life of this chaotic family. Me personally, as an only child, I cannot even imagine what my life would be like if I had this many siblings. But if there's one thing that you need to know about this cartoon, is that it has the most loyal and crazy fan base ever. Did you know that apparently there is a Loud House fanfiction that is considered the longest fanfiction ever written, or like the longest piece of literature ever written, that has over 30 million words? This cartoon always gets used for fanfiction, fan art, or maybe something even more sinister. You see, in 2024, someone created one of the most cursed TikTok trends ever that involved the Loud House. And even though this happened 1 year ago, I'm sure that people who witnessed it in 2024 in real time will never forget it. But what even happened, and how can one silly cartoon turn into one of the most controversial trends on TikTok? Let's talk about it. Hi! Before we start, I would just like to say that with this video, I'm not trying to promote hate towards anyone that was involved in this situation. Also, if my voice sounds very weird, that's because I'm sick. And while we're at it, can you please subscribe to my channel if you like me? We just reached 50,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for watching me and following me. Okay, now let's start. The whole incident started with just one username on TikTok, Swag Hot Dog. This is the person who is behind it all. And on some random day, they posted these pictures. And if you look at them right now, they seem kind of normal, right? It just looks like a child decided to draw the family from the Loud House with a Sharpie in some random notebook. Except on the next slide, everything looks off. The parents are now nowhere to be found, and all the sisters, they look really skinny and sad, and they all wear crop tops and heels, and the only person who seems to be really happy in this family is Lincoln. But why? Well, that's because this is an alternative universe made up by this person, and the story goes that the parents passed away in a car accident after they gambled all their money away and left all of their children all alone. And Lincoln, after experiencing this tragedy, became a person that nobody could recognize anymore, and he decided to become a pimp and sell all of his sisters into prostitution. According to the lore, the reason why all of his sisters are wearing such clothes and are so skinny, that's because Lincoln forced them to be like that. Well, I bet you didn't see this coming. And also, according to the story, Lori, the oldest sister, is Lincoln's first victim that gets sold. And nobody honestly knew that this whole story and this whole alternative universe was a thing until the author posted this video that completely changed lives because it provided more explanation on the lore. And as you can see on this video, Lincoln is very happy because he just got his first client and he sold Lori to his best friend Clyde. Clyde and Lincoln are best friends in the show, so it really makes sense. It's really canon if you think about it. And as you can see on the video, Clyde literally harasses Lori and says that she's got a nice rack. And you know, there's nothing funny about what's happening on this video, but this video is posted to that one Panic at the Disco song that goes like, everything goes according to plan. And this video in particular absolutely blew up all over TikTok, and everyone was just wondering what the hell could be the context here. I mean, imagine seeing this video before I told you the entire story. Like, what would you think of it? And once everyone found out the lore behind this iconic video and how deep it runs, everyone just started making fan content of this universe. Like, we're talking normal fan art, edits, animations, gacha life animations, and someone even cosplayed Lincoln and Lori. Like, people were really into this. And everyone became obsessed with this universe so much, people started adding their own little headcanons and ideas of how other sisters would react and what would they do and how characters would react in certain situations. Like, people went like absolutely crazy for this. And all of this went so far, people actually created the alternative universe of the alternative universe where Lori is the rich successful pimp and Lincoln is the one who gets harassed and tortured. I honestly think I like this version more. And this one video with nice rack Lori was turned into a whole TikTok trend where people recreated this video with the same song, the same text on the screen, but with different fandoms, with different shows and cartoons and characters. Let me just show you some of them. So we have BoJack Horseman, Chikawa, My Little Pony, Gravity Falls, Dandy's World, and even South Park. Tell me in the comments if you saw any fandom that you are in. My personal favorite, however, is the video with Gerard Way, Vic Fuentes, and Brendan Urie. But this is not the end of the story. Swag Hot Dog posted even more drawings showing even more disturbing details of this entire alternative universe that they made up. The one that really stuck with me was a video where all the sisters and Lincoln are at the huge dinner table and Lincoln is eating McDonald's and he doesn't share his meal with any of his sisters. According to the lore, Lincoln once found his three sisters eating his McDonald's, so he literally punished them with the belt. Besides this entire incident, we can also see by just this drawing of the family that Lincoln abuses his power as a pimp and also abuses his sisters, like physically. He is very controlling over them. The way this is not even a half of the story is honestly insane.
In one instance, Lily, the baby, went missing. No one knew where she was. He demanded they found her, and whoever found her would get a happy meal. They found her, but she was gone. She was thin, FLIs flying around her. The sisters didn't know what to do. But he did. He instructed to get rid of the baby. He made them get rid of everything they loved. Lori wasn't allowed to see her boyfriend Bobby again. Lola wasn't allowed to participate in pageants anymore. Even Luna is unrecognizable. Once that happened, he instructed Lori to drive to the nearest McDonald's. He allowed her to eat a happy meal. Lori mentioned wanting to go to college, and Lincoln shut the idea down completely, telling her she needed to provide for the family, and their parents gambled it all away before their passing, which traps her more in the situation. He instructed her to drive to an unknown location, but it seems she knows where they're going. It seems this account is ran by teenage girls, to my surprise. I initially thought it was ran by someone much younger, weirdly enough.
So if there's anything you're going to get from this entire story is that in this alternative universe, Lincoln forces all of his sisters into prostitution and battles his own demons as the most powerful pimp in the city. Now, I do have something to confess to you guys. I have never watched the show. I've never even finished not one episode of the show. I know, I'm a poser, I'm sorry. But I can assure you that this is not even close to the actual plot of The Loud House. And I know that it's the point of the alternative universe. You just describe how those characters react in a different universe. But this is just so dark and sick and twisted for no reason. Did I mention that the sisters in this alternative universe are all the same ages as in the cartoon? So there are literally sisters who are like 6, 7, 10 years old being forced into this cruelty. Does this not alarm you that someone even had the guts or the brain to create something like this? And the worst part is I'm actually so invested in this. Like, tell me what happens next. But wait, I have another thing to tell you. Look at Lori in this alternative universe story. Look closely at what she's wearing. Does it remind you of something? Well, now you can see them actually dressed up for the occasion today. I wish I could cosplay Pimp Lincoln, but I honestly don't own any clothes like that. Wait, I actually remembered something. It's actually kind of funny how this one random user just created this entire alternative universe probably as a joke by just drawing on some random paper with a Sharpie pen, and the whole TikTok decided to just go along with it and make edits and fan art in their own little head canons. It's actually crazy how every once in a while someone will post something absolutely stupid on TikTok and everyone will just start putting it out on the spotlight and forcing it everywhere and doing crazy stuff like this. This is the real power of TikTok. But on a serious note, I'm actually very concerned about this TikTok user because what makes you look at such a silly and funny cartoon and decide to make up a whole story, a dark and twisted story full of diabolical events for it? Like, I know Loud House had episodes on heavy topics that may or may not have been very kid friendly, but it's certainly not enough for someone's mind to do something like this. Like, it's not that dark. What is about this one silly cartoon show that makes people go absolutely crazy over it and make stuff like this? Regardless, I think this is actually one of the funniest and at the same time most questionable trends that has ever existed on TikTok and that I myself got to witness. But again, that's just my opinion. If you have a different one, you can always express it in my comments section. And if you just want to say something about this crazy situation, like did you also see those videos on your For You page, or are you a fan of the Loud House? Did this whole thing shock you? You can always tell me about it in the comments. I will please ask you to once again subscribe to my channel and my other social media that are linked in description. Like this video or not, I don't really care. And now, bye!